In this video, we're gonna compare the old version of the Rise crossover and the new one, what differences they have and which version is the best. But before it, like and sub, because real slashers never miss a bit. If you remember first version of the Rise crossover, you're definitely an OG and tough player as hell, because previous version, the first version of the Rise crossover was pretty difficult to play and it was pretty difficult to progress in this game. Let's guys compare every changes and I will show you how was it to play before this new quality of life features. So the biggest changes are quests. In the previous versions, guys, we didn't have quests, so no progressions at all. If you want to progress in this game and increase your DPS, you have to find some shadows and weapons. That was the only way. But now you can progress pretty easily through main quests. If you just start playing this game, you will understand what to do in this game, what you have to complete, who you have to kill, and what rewards you will get. For example, back then to get levels, the only way is to use dungeons or infernal castle. That's it. Now you can also get experience from quests, which is much easier than before. Also, there were no daily or weekly quests, so the only reason to play your Rise crossover was just increasing your DPS, that's all. If you got used to upgrade your relics, you can forget about it, because before it, guys, we don't have anything. If you want to get GM rank relics, now it's pretty easy. You have to just put your relics here and you can upgrade them. But back then it was impossible. The only way to get the highest rank relic is to hit dungeons. And if you were lucky enough, you can drop some relics with highest rank possible. But if you're not, you can get E ranks, C ranks, or even D ranks. If you guys wondered about why you're dropping random ranks relics, that's because back then it was the only way to get highest rank possible. As you know, guys, now we can craft our rank shadows, but back then in the previous update that was impossible, because the only craftable shadows were SS rank shadows, guys. As you can see, we had only this button, no upgrades, no infuses, nothing, guys. So if you wanted to get SS rank shadow, which were by the way the best shadow possible back then, you have to craft them by placing every rank shadows the same type to craft the shadow SS rank. Do you know what this thing is? Yeah, obviously that's the portal between worlds, but back then, of earlier versions of Rise crossover, there were the only one world with a lot of islands. And only later, I don't know, maybe in September, devs made two worlds separately. That's because they have a lot of islands, and to run game more smoothly, you have to split worlds. If you guys got used to farm Infinite Desert, back then, you can forget about it, because there were no Infinite Desert or castles at all. So if you need tickets or something like that, the only way to get them is from AFK rewards. Yeah, that was the tough time, and tickets actually were valuable in this game. Now we can farm tons of tickets, but back then it was so hard to do. Also, guys, in the previous updates there were no world bosses. World bosses, actually, that's a pretty new feature in this game, which been added like, I don't know, few months ago, like 2 months ago, along with tickets, by the way. And every world bosses, by the way, spawned on random island. Yeah, that was pretty interesting, but now they spawn only in one area, which is more convenient. Of course, back then there were no titles or subtitles. It's also a new feature which improves your damage a lot. For example, this one, Eternal Arc title, increase your shadow level by 42. And as for me, guys, I like titles so much. Very cool feature, by the way. And if you wanted to get some titles back then, you had to farm some world bosses, complete world bosses. We had the quest, by the way, to kill 50 or something like that world bosses, which were super hard to do because they spawn randomly and you have to, I don't know, live in this game for hours to kill this world boss. Of course, guys, no shadow stats back then. Now you can just go to shadow stats and increase their DPS, ranged attack and attack speed, and even tiers, even boost their levels. But back then, no, guys, that was impossible. The only way to increase your DPS is to find the better shadow with the better rank. And of course, guys, no battle passes at all. Battle pass actually also a new feature which came like, I don't know, maybe also 2 months ago with a lot of cool stuff. Actually, I like battle passes because it expanded your content and you can farm something and get cool rewards. But back then, guys, no fun at all. Write down in the comments what is the best version of Rise crossover, and don't forget to click and watch this video, and remember, real slashers win loud, slash proud.